Welcome you all again in the class of business acumen. From the previous lecture, we were learning about leadership. So we have just taken one introductory class related with the leadership, and after that, we have taken some examples of the leadership or the leaders. Those are prominently playing a major role in their field. Today, we are going to discuss qualities of leaders as well as certain characteristics which differentiate them from rest of the people. So here we go. Different people will have different idea of what a great leader is like. There is no single mold to craft a leader, but leadership come in all shapes and size. Generally, people believe that leadership quality comes from the birth of a child, but no, it's a quality which you can learn by your own experience, by your own failure, and become a successful leader. While great leaders can be found in a number of industries and walk their unique journey to the top, there are certain traits and characteristics these great men and women often share. Whether you analyze leaders or ask people directly, there are certain qualities and abilities which I'm just going to share with you all today. So first of all, we are going to discuss about the characteristics of the leadership. These are the following characteristics which make leading easier as well as help you to communicate your leadership vision to others. Very first point is positive attitude. Leader without a positive attitude is rather difficult to achieve. Who would like to follow a leader who seems pessimistic or angry at all time? A great leader knows leadership is about leading with examples. If you are able to stay positive in the face of difficulties and you can approach challenges with a smile on your face, you set an example for subordinate. Great leaders have done their homework in terms of science of positive thinking. Positive attitude is not just about keeping the mood upbeat with the team. It can provide better results for the team in terms of productivity and innovation. No, positive emotions flood our mind with dopamine and serotonin chemicals that not only make us feel good but dial up the learning center of our brains to a higher level. They help us to organize new information, keep that information in the brain longer, and retrieve it faster later on. Positive attitude doesn't mean a leader is blind to problem or suffering. It simply calls for the approach to solving problems and finishing the task to be a positive rather than negative one. And instead of thinking about the downside of the job ahead, a leader wants to focus on the good aspects. Second one is focused approach. Leadership deals with the implementation of a specific vision. This means a great leader is able to stay focused and ensure the team work efficiently towards achieving the objectives. A leader is the person who will guide the way, and if leader is unaware of where he or she is going, the team will quickly find someone else to follow. A focused approach doesn't just mean stay in touch with the here and now. Although it's important, the leader is always on the top of what is going on. It is essential to look ahead as well. In order to maintain focus, leaders must have a plan of action, which have details for overcoming different obstacles the world would throw in the way. A focused approach is essentially about having a solid leadership strategy and framework to fall back on. It is hard to stay focused on the path if you are not quite sure what you are walking. In a more practical way, you can say that if you are having a positive attitude and focused approach, you can be more productive on everything you do. Next is a decisive mind. Leader needs to make decision. If you are able to decide between plan A and plan B within a set of time frame, you are most likely doing something wrong. Either you don't have the knowledge to be a leader, or you are not decisive enough to make a stand. No one has said leadership is easy. Decision making matters because leaders don't often have a luxury of time. The business world moves fast and leader needs to be always ready to make a judgment call on where to go next. The challenge is naturally steeper as leaders can't just make a decision, but they have to ensure the decision is correct one and benefits the team. How to better at making decisions? That is only by just having different alternatives and understanding how how effectively those options will help you to achieving what you wanted to achieve. Next is empowering character. A leader is often only as good as the people around him or her. Although leadership can mean the structure of power is more hierarchical than equal, it doesn't imply the leader is the only person to get things done. In fact, leadership is often more than developing others' skill rather than performing tasks as a leader. When leaders focus on empowering and nurturing talent around them, they ensure the team achieve its goal faster. Reaching and fulfilling the leader's vision become easier when the team skill set is enhanced. But empowerment is important beyond the practical aspect of teaching people new skills. Recognizing other people's talent have a big motivational aspect. If you help a person becoming better, you will provide them with a new opportunity and new challenges, all of which can make the person feel happier and motivated every morning. Next is communicative ability. Ability to communicate is probably the characteristics most people associated with good leadership. A leader needs to be able to communicate vision clearly in order to achieve following motivating others behind his or her cause. Yet, communication and all that it entails is often rather misunderstood as a concept. It isn't simply about the ability to explain things to other people, but also about the ability to read other people and listen to what people around you are saying. There are certain building blocks for the communication. These are ability to listen, ability to emphasize, sympathize, and to empathize, ability to encourage. Now, talking about the ability to listen, this includes understanding nonverbal clues about what is just going on, but also being able to use reflection and clarification to your advantage. Ability to sympathize and to empathize, you need to have the ability to understand others' emotions. For a leader, it is crucial to be aware what is going on in the lives of subordinate in order to better reflect their emotions. At last, ability to encourage. During any type of the communication, part of focus should be encouragement. This could means praising this person's effort, making them feel welcome, or letting them feel like their opinion are valued. Encouragement is essentially the ability to interact to ensure the discussion isn't just one sided. So you have to make the communication two-way so that the people or the subordinate or the team can align with you and make your leadership more influencing. At last characteristics we are going to discuss is an empathetic nature. The old-fashioned view of leaders often pointed rather dark image of the boss. Leaders were almost considered as dictators who doesn't care about the employee but pursue the objective no matter the consequences. But the world has changed and people now realize how important softer values in terms of successful leadership. Empathy and the ability to consider other people whilst pursuing the vision are the part of leaders' agenda nowadays. So that is very important to make the empathy with your team because empathy and the real concern for the other peoples is not only a strong motivational tool for getting things done, but it can also help leaders to better implement their vision. With this, we are moving towards qualities of leaders and a number of leadership traits or the quality almost come directly from within. These are the qualities that might be harder to train, but which makes leading other people smoother. Very first quality which I'm going to discuss that is committed. A good leader has to show commitment. Fulfilling your own vision wasn't happen overnight, and you need to be able to convince everyone else that you won't disappear when things get tough. You can make a promise, you need to keep it. You can't just preach about achieving A, B, and C, but you need to show that you are actually going to do it. Commitment matters for two reasons. First, when you show commitment, you help to building trust, and the team and everyone involved in the project will be able to trust on your word. Trust will keep work morale up and help you achieving the objective faster since people don't need to second guess what your objective are. Another aspect is another point is it is commitment is about setting an example. As mentioned throughout this particular discussion, it is a particular person, how hard he is working. Once he is motivating or the committed, then he will do hard work for that particular enterprise or particular organization. Another point is passionate. Passion should be the heart of everything you do. It doesn't matter whether you are a leader of a multi-billion company. Without passion, you won't achieve success. You can understand its importance when you view it as the fuel of your truck. If you don't have enough fuel, that is passion, you will eventually turn out stream and your journey will be cut short. But you make sure that your tank is full, you can continue driving. Passion helps in leadership because it can motivate people. Consider a person is doing job simply for the sake of doing it. They might show up every morning and finish the task as told, but there is no burn within the team. On the other hand, you have someone who is always excited to start a project, who talk about the task and come up with new ideas and suggestions. So that is very important. Next part is next quality is honest. A strong leader is able to treat people with respect and care while staying honest. Leadership is not about whipping things under the carpet. If there is a problem, a great leader is able to identify it, talk about it, and find the solution to it. A leader doesn't add a sugar coating on the things, but they use their communication skills to ensure the people and aware of the issues. Honesty always means openness about the process and implementation of the vision. A leader should always be informative and open about the task ahead as probably with the subordinate. The more information the subordinate have, better they will able to conduct their work as well. Next is confident. A great leader is confident. He or she doesn't guess whether they are up to the job, but the person knows his or her strength, how to use them in order to implement the vision. If they are hesitate or seems to be have a lack of trust in their own ability, subordinates would not feel comfortable following their leader. When things are going wrong, people often start looking around them for comfortable and support. A leader is the person who stand out in these times because they show compressor that relax other people. It is a ship in is sinking. You look at the captain and you want him to give you order calmly on what to do, not run around yelling. We all die. The key understanding about the confident is to realizing that it doesn't mean self-satisfaction or arrogance. Its ability to know you are able to achieve your goal doesn't mean that someone or the same thing you are the only one who can finish the job. Next quality is accountability. Trust requires accountability. You can't start trusting a leader, feel comfortable with the process if you don't think everyone is playing by the same rule. When it comes to creating a team, most guides point accountability as cornerstone of the getting things to work. In terms of leadership, accountability is often not a term of the leader's own mistake, but a good leader take responsibility for everyone's performance. It can be seems brutal, but a leader understand that ultimately the buck stops with them, while individuals always need to take the responsibility within the team. It is a leader role to ensure things won't go wrong. At last, quality is inspirational. If you put all the above together, an image of an inspiration leader will emerge. After all, one of the key qualities that separates leaders from the rest of the ability to inspire. A leader is a person who can outline his or her vision and immediately capture the imagination of other people. You won't follow a person that doesn't spark an emotion in you, who doesn't make you feel better, and who doesn't convince you of the direction they are heading. You follow a person who will make you feel excited about the journey ahead. An inspirational leader is just not about able to talk and talk. They can also support the people around them to achieve the vision. Therefore, inspirational isn't a quality simply about the ability to sweet talk. True inspiration is about showing others how something can be achieved and providing people with the tools to change the things into something different. As a leader, you need to be able to inspire people to dream, but also act accordingly to those dreams. So, as a inspiration leader, you have to create your own path, turn attention to other people, and become great at telling stories. On the above traits and characteristics are the heart of the good leaders. The qualities are often innate, but doesn't mean they can't or should not be trained and developed further. A good leader recognizes the importance of these traits and knows that anyone is able to use them in their quest to become a great leader. So that's all for today. We'll see the discussion in deeper in the class, and we'll do certain exercise on these concepts. So thank you so much. That's all for today. Stay safe. All the best. Thank you.